Yes,
This is where we have to go, yeah, we're ready. Okay, here we go. Ready? Okay. Welcome to, you're supposed to be looking at the green little dot over there, by the way. Okay, so welcome to the For Fun of Knit podcast. We are coming to you from Marbella, Spain, so the Costa del Sol. And thank you all for joining us. My name is Linda, and I am so privileged to have my mom and my sister with me, Emmy and Klasina, because this is our family Christmas holiday, and it's not Christmas anymore. We are in our winter theme. So this is sort of a winter podcast.
I like
and yeah, it's kind of blingy. It's
in
kind
the
of
blazing sun.
In the freaking hot blazing sun. So it's what? It's 8 o'clock at night, 7 o'clock at night?
No complaints.
Yeah, 7 o'clock at night. And we thought we would do our lovely little shirts. My sister bought these for us in 2018 when we went for Christmas. What time is it?
I hate to tell you, but it is 10 after 9.
That's
Excuse
what
us.
happens when you're having fun. Time just disappears. There you go. It's 10 after 9. Okay, so Spain time. So we have a traditional podcast, but we certainly wanted to touch base with all of you. First to say, I hope you all had a wonderful, wonderful Christmas. And if this is that wonderful week for you in between Christmas and New Year's, we hope that you are thoroughly enjoying yourselves. And whatever you celebrate, hopefully you're enjoying the best of whatever season it is for you. For us, it's definitely Christmas. So Christmas was a lot of fun, and we are now looking forward to New Year's. And in Spain, the big celebration, of course, is the 6th of January.
Epiphany. 3 kings. Los Tres Reyes.
That's right. The Epiphany, where all the 3 kings brought all the gifts to baby Jesus. And that's when they actually exchange gifts.
Yes.
So, without further ado, let's get on with the traditional podcast. We are going to go through some finished objects. We're going to go through some works in progress. Mom is going to share a little bit of a tutorial with you. And it's interesting because when you spend time with family, it's amazing what you actually find out. You thought you knew everything because you're family. You thought you knew everything. And then lo and behold, nope.
Surprise!
You learned something totally new. So Mom's going to share that with us. It's an old family tradition that she has now passed on to Klasina and myself.
Yep.
So that was awesome. That was very exciting. Right. So let's talk about what we're wearing. Well, we're wearing our wonderful, where did we buy them, Classy?
Wally World.
Otherwise known as Walmart. Exactly.
This is before pre-COVID, so they had some really cool, even though it could be considered the ugly sweater, category.
Oh no, we love them.
But it's all fuzzy and warm, and we like the sparkles. So I bought it when Mom and Dad and Linda and Patrick came over for Christmas to us in Virginia, to my husband and I. Our place, and I decided that the boys would be matchy, so I bought them all the same outfit, and I bought us the same outfit. So this is the leftover of the outfit.
And yes, we brought them all to Spain just so that we could look the same on this podcast. I'm just saying, nerds. But anyway, so that is wonderful things, these wonderful shirts. And then my hat, what I'm wearing, this is the Cozy Me beanie that I knit with the Woolly Cauldron wool in the colorway Santa's Summer Sangria in an Aran weight. And this is just a Malabrigo Aran weight in the fuchsia colorway. And the pom-pom I got from, I don't remember, I bought it off of Etsy. I'm going to change the pom-pom because it's not an exact match, but anyway, this is the Cozy Me beanie, and I absolutely love it. And I can't remember which podcaster was talking about this. If I remember, I'll put it in the notes. If not, I'll mention it on my previous podcast. So this is the Cozy Me beanie, and I absolutely love it. Super good knit. I knit it on the plane trip here, and you can see it's slightly slouchy.
I love it.
Yes.
And you can do pom-pom or no pom-pom. So
How do you remember the name of you? I always forget what yarn I'm using, let alone the name of the pattern. You seem to remember. I don't remember.
Well, because I think it's just because I podcast and you
what's the
don't.
little button on the front there?
Oh, well.
Yeah, well, that's,
Okay, so Etsy, I broke down, and you won't be able to see this because of the lighting. I apologize. But these little buttons say for the fun of knit. So, and I gave Mom and Classy a sweater's quantity, so 7 buttons. So again, just a little wooden button. You can get it on Etsy, you can get anything, and you can have it embossed with whatever little saying you want.
Yeah.
And it's kind of nice for hats or sweaters or whatever.
Do you remember which Etsy store?
I haven't got a clue.
Maybe you can put that up on your link or whatever.
She's giving me administrative details. Oh dear.
Just in case people would like to know.
It's on Etsy. I'm just saying it's on Etsy.
Okay,
I don't know.
all right.
If I remember, I'll put it. If not, it's on Etsy. Just let you know. But anyway, that's the Cozy Me beanie. And who's told me about this beanie?
It wasn't me, because I forget names.
Oh, it'll come to me. It'll come to me. Anyway, that's what I was wearing. Okay, so let's talk about finished objects.
Okay, is that me?
I'm going to go to you because my sister has been a knitting machine.
So I'll start with, I'll start with these.
Did I bring mine?
Yeah, you've got to have it. So I knit these. They were not Christmas presents because we agreed not to bring Christmas presents to Spain because our Christmas present was spending Christmas with each other. But I really felt like I needed to knit something that was quick and easy and fun. So I knit these mittens. They come in small, medium, large. This is actually Patrick's glove set. And this is Manos de Uruguay, and it's called the Easy Franco Mittens. And I don't know if you can see that here, but there you go.
I'll put the notes.
And the recommended, the pattern was free if you bought
wool?
skein of,
nice.
of wool. And I think I got it from Wool and Company. But anyway, super, super, super soft. And everybody got one. I made myself the prototype, which I have to pull out because it doesn't fit me at all. So anyway, that's my finished object for that. And those are, and I can't remember the colorways.
Are beautiful. These are the ones she knit for me, which I love them. And I know the color's a little bit yellowy, but it's a beautiful
color.
Teal and aqua and purple and blue and cream. They're just gorgeous. I absolutely love them.
And this is
I've
charcoals.
I've got a pair too, but they are packed in the suitcase and they're on the
go
bottom, so I'm not going to unpack it. So you've got to believe me, they're lovely. They're in cream and red and pinks and lovely.
I think there's a little bit of purple in there.
And a little bit of purples. And so just full disclosure, we're heading out tomorrow. This is our last night in this rental property. So we're all dispersing tomorrow. So everybody's packed. So there you go.
Well, I'm not. I'm a last minute packer. This is what's left over. And this is from the large set. So this is how much is left over. So I'm planning to take all the balls that I have left over and make another multicolored either hat, maybe a hat. I'll do that.
Do you have a little bit of leftover from each one?
Yeah.
So are you gonna?
You're wanting to have your leftover?
No. But are you gonna do something with it?
Yeah, I was gonna make it.
She said
make
she
a
might.
hat.
Oh, sorry.
She might be
Multicolored with all of the different
With all
ones.
the different ones.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah,
but they're super great pattern. I don't know
and
what,
they're
but
super soft
and thick and squishy. I would say
just
thick and squishy.
Yummy.
They're lovely. They're
absolutely lovely.
Yeah.
And they fit
I'm
perfectly.
thrilled
I think
with
it's
mine.
a super bulky weight. I think that's what the Franco is.
Not only that, but tomorrow we're flying back to Virginia, and it's cold there, so I can make use of them.
Yeah, look at them. They're lovely. They fit perfectly. I don't know, how did you get them to fit so perfectly? Are they one size fits all?
No, it's a small, medium, large. And so for Elise, I made smalls. She's the only one that's small. All the women I made medium, and all the boys I made larges.
So that shows you medium. I'm 5'6", so whatever that helps in terms of hands, but perfect fit. Absolutely lovely.
Yeah, easy. Can do it in a day. Absolutely do it in a day. I mean, full day, but day. So the next one, should I do the next one?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So the next one,
this one.
This I made like 3 years ago, and this is called "After the Rain." Sorry, Mom. By is it Annika? Is it? Oh no, Heidi Kiermaier. Heidi Kiermaier. I told you I don't remember anything.
Oh, I love the weight.
And it's a pure linen. This yarn I actually got from the Shenandoah Fiber Festival from Justifiably Julia, who recycles sweaters. She either goes to what do you call those?
Thrift stores?
Thrift stores. Or people donate sweaters that have holes in them that you really can't patch up. I actually donated something to her. But anyway, I picked this linen up for her. The green is Hempathy. What's it called? Hempathy, yeah. Levold.
I don't know. Erica Levold?
No, I don't think it's Erica, but maybe it is. I don't
Erin
know.
Levold, something like that.
Anyway, the Hempathy.
Lovely
so it's a combination. So
combination.
I did the pattern a little bit different in terms of the striping, but really nice knit. The problem was because of all these different, I didn't carry my yarn up. I hate that seam, so I just cut pieces and cut it and went up to the next. So it looked like a shaggy.
Thousands of ends.
Thousands, and I've got pictures that if Linda wants them,
I will post them.
It was awful, so it was daunting. I thought, oh, I've got to weave all those ends in. I'm just not looking forward to it. So I did that on this trip. So it's completely done. I'm so excited.
And I just want to talk about the color a little bit. First of all,
sure.
the weight of the sweater is quite heavy, but you can tell just from the feel of it, this is a summer sweater for sure because of the linen and the cotton content.
Yes.
But just to give you, because the lighting in here is really yellow.
Oh yeah.
I can't apologize for it. It is what it is.
Yeah.
So this is really a raspberry pink.
Yeah.
So a raspberry pink. Then this stripe is almost like a gray blue.
It's a very light,
very lavendery blue.
Light blue. Yeah.
Yeah. And then this is a beautiful, true tealy aqua. Tealy.
Yeah.
Tealy color. And it's just, I love the way you put the colors together because these were not, you didn't buy these yarns with this sweater in mind.
No, I just bought the yarn because I liked it, and I liked the idea of repurposing. Something old becomes new again, and I really liked this particular, I want to say designer. She's not a yarn designer. She's a yarn recycling person, and I like that concept. So something, because it's old and ugly and broken, doesn't have to be. It can be remade into something else, which I really like that concept. So it's not wasted. It's not going into landfills. It's repurposing. So I like that concept. So that's what this is. So this is one of, I've bought several skeins of hers of other sweaters that she has taken apart and done that. So I plan to make more of these.
It's lovely.
Beautiful.
It's a beautiful
sweater. And then the third completed, and I did this
I told you she was a knitting machine.
I did this here. My sister got me hooked to this pattern, and it is, I need my glasses. You tell me, you could tell me a little bit. The Kinnikin. Yeah.
Good Night Day is the company.
Good Night Day, Kinnikin cardigan.
Finnegan.
And it is
and full transparency again, and I got this from my knitting friend June. So June, this is all on you.
Thank you, June. Because I mean, to look at this cardigan, I mean, this is not my colors, but I looked at it, and when Linda did her, she goes, after I had talked to her one day, and then 3 days later, she was I'm finishing my cardigan. I go, what? You did this in like 3 days? And I said, really, tell me more about this. And so she told me about this. So I immediately got the pattern, and I decided to do that, take it here to Spain. I brought all the yarn with me. I brought 4 balls of Lillian pine, and this is what's left over. Yeah, you can't really see that very clearly what it is because the lighting here is terrible, but it's gorgeous. It's aquas, peaches, purples, and pinks in here. And I paired it with Lillian pine.
That's what you have left?
This is what I have left. 1 skein, because I wasn't planning to do this. It is the Suri alpaca, and it is, I've got the thing here. It is, I think it's called, what the heck is it? It's called Pixie Sticks. Dandelion lace pixie sticks are the colorway,
also
which is the
Lillian
same.
Pine, right?
Yeah, Lillian pine, which is, I don't know if you can see that properly. I don't know if this is backwards or not. Anyway, I only had 1 skein of this. So I decided not to do the collar, the ribbing, and the waistband in that, but the body is all with that. So it's a bit of a halo on. So this is my result.
Step out and try it on.
I'm going to step out and try it on and bring it back in. So I'll be right back.
So interlude. Okay, hurry up.
Okay, I'm sorry. You can edit that part out.
We're not editing. There's no editing in this podcast. I'm just saying.
So this is the cardigan, and this does not do it justice. I haven't blocked it.
So pretty though.
But sleeves are 3/4 sleeves. And of course I've got this wrong. I was going to wear it with a linen dress. It looked, I had colors in there, and this is what it looks like.
It's very pretty.
You know, can you see that at
It's
all?
best, yeah. They can see that. That looks good, yeah.
Very nice.
So totally wonderful knit. Easy pattern. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. We'll do another one for sure. So that's that for my
Is that your finished objects?
Finished objects, yes.
Cool.
Now I'm gonna
Awesome.
get back into my shirt.
back into your little snowman shirt. Okay, so finished objects for me. Mom doesn't have any finished. Well, she does have some finished objects, but we're going to put them under in work in progress, actually. So I actually finished my Cozy Knitter 24 stripe Advent socks. I absolutely, the color here is, just try and take the yellow out of this. Imagine that this is like a bright white cream. And then look at these socks. They're absolutely lovely. I just did my traditional vanilla sock, which is 64 stitch sock. I did cuff down, 3x1 ribbing. The cuff is a 1x1 rib, then a 3x1 rib, and then I did the heel flap and gusset, and then straight down. And I just did the box toe with the just your regular box toe. But I love these. These are super happy. So these were my Christmas Eve socks that I wore, which was so much fun.
Yeah.
And it's become a tradition for me to order the skein. You can order it from Cozy Knitter. She comes out in July with a pre-order. So you need to pre-order it in July, and then you get it in November, and then you can do... Now, technically people do a stripe in a day. I do 2 stripes in a day in order to get the sock length that I like in order to finish by Christmas Eve. So keep that in mind. It really depends on how you prefer your socks.
When did you start again?
I started these December 1st. Well, in fairness, no, I knit the cuffs before December 1st. And so December 1st, I was able to start immediately on the stripes. And I did 2 stripes a day. And I knit them concurrently on 2.25 millimeter Chigu needles. And I was at one point knitting my socks 2 at a time, all on magic loop, on 1 magic loop. And now I'm a convert to knitting concurrently, still magic loop, but concurrently, meaning I've got 2 separate sets of needles going at the same time. And what I'm finding, it's a little bit more enjoyable because I'm not having to shove everything around so much. So I can knit on one sock quite quickly, put it down, knit on the second sock, catch up, and then keep going back and forth. So I still end up having 2 socks at the end without having, one sock syndrome. But there's a lot less shuffling back and forth of the yarn and the needles.
So can I ask a question?
Yes,
Do you split the yarn, or does the yarn come separately, like in two balls, 2 different skeins? How do you?
In the Cozy Knitter 24 stripe Advent, it comes separated, so you know exactly where you're starting, and each one matches exactly. So it's really quite nice. Now it doesn't come with a contrast mini. You have to choose on your own contrast mini if you want to do a contrasting cuff, heel, or toe. So I chose cream only because I never know if it's going to be bold, or if it's going to be neon, or if it's going to be pastel, or if it's going to be stellina, So cream is kind of a light gray, or cream is usually a good bet. But there you go. My second finished object, which I have to say I love about this, is my Bandon socks.
Those are pretty.
By JP Knits. Now I don't have a sock blocker, folks, so you have to sort of bear with me. And I don't even know if you're going to be able to see this, but this is a beautiful sock pattern that was gifted to me. Nice. And I love these because the lace sits on the inside of both socks. So you see the lace going down, and this section here is actually garter. So you get a different texture. The lighting here is not going to show it. Yeah. It's not really going to show it.
No, it's not that bad. You can see the garter. You can see the garter here.
See, I can't see 2 feet in front of me without my glasses, so I don't know. But
I can see that.
This pattern is cuff down. Again, 64 stitches, 2.25 millimeter needle. It is a 1x1 rib cuff, and the front is garter and then a lace pattern, which I'm not going to give too much details to because it's a paid for pattern. The back is strictly stocking stitch, but I wish you could see this pattern. I hope you can see a little bit of that. It's a really pretty pattern, very memorizable. Is that the word? Memorizable?
Well, it's lacy, very nice and lacy.
Yeah, it's just a little bit of lace. So it's but these were my Christmas socks, so I absolutely love them. And this yarn is actually Art Phil's Bell base in scarlet colorway, in the scarlet colorway. So really enjoyed those. So that's
very nice.
My second finished object for this podcast. So there you go. Those are my finished objects.
Very good.
There you go. Any other finished objects? No?
Not here.
Okay. So let's go to works in progress. Now, interesting, as I said at the beginning of the podcast, is when you spend time with you think you know everything about your family. You really do. And I'm almost 60 years old. So I'm just going to be really forthcoming about that. I'm almost 60. And I just learned something very new about my family and my family history during this vacation together, which, you know, on the one hand, I go, what? How come I didn't know this before? And on the other hand, I'm more like, wow, that is so cool. And this is my mom passing on a tradition to us. So Mom, do you want to tell us about your work in progress?
Right.
My little bit about it.
That's so pretty.
First of all, what is it?
It is,
and show it, pull it up to the camera.
A wool
yarn.
Well, it's wound.
Can we go closer?
Yeah,
go closer.
It is wound into an egg shape, and my mother taught me that when I was a young girl, and my mother also was a knitter. And every time when she had a skein of wool, she would end up with this unusual shaped ball. And you start off with winding it around your 3 fingers until you have a little bit on it, and then you take it off and put it in a figure 8. Mm-hmm. You stick your thumb in there, and then you start winding, but roll your finger, your thumb, every, few seconds, and then keep winding it so that this is the way, you create this egg shape.
Yeah.
So this is something that my mother taught me, and I'm quite sure that my grandmother taught my mother that. And so the girls were thinking that it was quite unusual and quite pleasant. You can actually decorate with them on your mantle.
Which we did.
Which they did. And, put some baubles, Christmas baubles in between, and you have your decoration. It's in the different colors. So that is really my teaching.
You passed that down to us.
I passed that down to them.
And so I think a lot of us might recognize this shape as something a nostopine would do, which is a wooden pole that is used to wind yarn. And interestingly enough, when you're traveling, you don't bring your ball winder with you, you don't bring your Swift with you. So it really does when you're traveling, and some of you actually I know don't use ball winders or Swifts. You prefer just to wind your yarn into a ball just manually. And that is almost like a therapeutic process or a rite of passage or part of your knitting experience. You do it manually. And so when I'm traveling, I never bring those tools with me. And my mom started winding my ball of yarn for me, and she ended up with this. And I'm like, what the heck? How did you do that? It is the most graceful form of a cake of yarn that I have ever seen. And so that's how this whole conversation started. And so, yeah, I put them on the mantle behind us as part of our Christmas decoration. So she wound all my scraps, all my leftover yarns into these beautiful egg-shaped balls of yarn. And so I've got a video that I'm going to insert right here just on how she did it, in case any of you are curious, or if you're on vacation, or if you just want to go through the process of winding yarn into a beautiful form. My mother, bless you, my mom is going to show you how to do it. So
awesome.
We'll insert it right here. Okay, so now that you saw that, wonderful. Hopefully I edited that properly because I don't have any of my stuff with me.
It's all good.
We're now going to talk about works in progress. And works in progress on this one are strictly our Christmas Eve cast-ons.
Christmas Eve cast-ons, yep.
So we did have fun. Okay, you brought a lot of yarn with you, didn't you?
Did you? I did.
Did you bring more yarn than you needed?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yep. She can't knit everything. So
yep.
Our works in progress are really our Christmas Eve cast-ons.
Yeah.
So what did you cast on for Christmas Eve?
So I cast on. Ooh, there we go. I'm not a sock knitter. I think I have.
Not yet. She will be.
I knit one sock in New Mexico and one sock in Virginia. Literally the same pattern, but it took me like a year between socks, so not quite the same size. And it was a very cheap yarn that I bought at Michael's, and the pattern that came from Michael's as well too. And I wasn't thrilled with it. But Linda has been knitting socks for quite some time, and she. I don't know how many you do a year, but you do quite a lot.
12 a year, probably on average.
Yeah, so wow, quite a lot. So I was talking to her a few weeks ago, and thought, maybe I'm kind of ready to, start knitting socks. And she was very encouraging, and she says, well, there's a lot of free patterns, and there are a lot of patterns that you pay for. Either or, go look on Ravelry, which I did. She gave me some names. So this is one I'm going to be doing, which seems to be a very popular one, is the, what is it called again? The Hermione's Everyday Sock, Dreams in Fiber. And
great pattern.
Yeah, I got this from Ravelry. But this is a cool pattern, very pretty, very simple stitch. It's a 4-row pattern. Awesome. I love it. And so I started cast on, and I'm doing the same method as Linda's doing. What did you call it? Concurrent.
Yeah.
However, I'm going to say that there's a however. I have a bigger foot than other ladies here in this group, and I'm taller and hence bigger. So instead of 64, I did 68 inches, which Linda says is probably too big for me. So
Stitches.
well, I'm going to have to.
Well, in fairness,
let you know
you're usually a very tight
that.
knitter.
Yes.
Except when she knits socks, apparently.
I did not know
Yes.
this. So these 2.25s, right?
2.25s,
little
yeah.
tiny needles, chaigu, I love them.
Yeah.
So I decided I'm going to try this anyway. So I think it fits me, but Linda thinks it's a little bit too big, but we'll see.
I do too.
Regardless, it's okay. So this is what I did for the cuff and the leg portion of it, and I'm doing the second one now where I'm catching up because I'm getting ready to turn for the heel. What am I doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
The size difference, yeah.
Oh, is that the comparison?
That is the comparison.
I have a fat leg, I'm just saying.
No, you're
So the yarn I'm using is also Lily & Pine sock yarn. And so I'll have to let Linda know how they turned out, and I'll send pictures. And if she wants to put it in a future podcast, it's up to you all if you want to see the result or not. I mean, we'll see. Again, I'm not experienced in sock making. This is Day Lily sock at 80/20 merino nylon called Surfs Up. And I got this at, can I say where I got it from? Bad Anna's Yarn Store in Vancouver, Baad, Anna's Yarn Shop. And they do have a website that you can have them send that to. Beautiful colorway, absolutely fell in love with it. Obviously, I love aqua and purples. The purple is some kind of oink. What was it called again?
Oink.
Oink?
What's got a oink?
Oink. I can't find the darn ball.
It's not oink.
It was here. It is too. It's called oink. Something.
Really?
Oh, here it is. It's on the floor. So it is. Yeah.
No editing on this podcast.
It's
just
called.
letting you know.
It's called oink pigment.
Oh my God, oink.
Oink pigments. And I got this at the Shenandoah Fiber Festival. It's Targi Pigtail. Fingering sock weight.
Oink.
And I don't know what the colorway is. Turnip the beat.
Okay.
Turn up the beat. As
Oh,
in
turn up the beat.
as in
Oh, I
turnip,
get it.
like you eat it.
Yes, I get it. But the beat, yes, I
Yeah,
get
yeah,
it.
yeah.
B-E-E-T.
Yeah.
So that
up the
is
beat.
my work in progress.
Yeah.
Very, very cute.
There you go.
Is that it for your work in progresses?
Yeah,
Works in progress?
I have another one of these in progress for my husband because he's the one that it didn't knit. I mean, I knit it, but it's only partially done. Anyway.
Okay, 2 works in progress for me. Mom's work in progress. Did you bring it? Your sock?
Well, it's packed.
She packed her socks.
I
She's
packed
working
my
on socks. Okay, so no worries. I have my Christmas Eve cast on, so I've got 2 works in progress, really. My Christmas Eve cast on was my socks. So my Christmas Eve socks, these are the Crunkle Socks by Kay Jones. That's the pattern by Kay Jones. In my Cozy Knitters colorway Hygge, 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 which was very New Year's-y to me because it's all stellina. These colors are not showing properly, but they're a beautiful, beautiful combination of blues and gold, creams and pink.
Yeah.
And just absolutely festive. So that is my cast on. Again, 64 stitches. I have done a 2x2 rib on these ones, and I like a longer cuff. And this pattern, oh my God, I am totally loving it. I thought the stripes and the self-striping yarn might take away from the pattern, but that's not happening at all, actually. It's working really well. So I'm really enjoying that.
But the pink really is a blush.
The pink is a blush. Oh, it's a very soft pink.
Yeah,
It's not a
yeah.
harsh pink. It's a very soft blush pink. All of these colors are very muted. But because I did such a long cuff, and I like a 2.5 inch cuff, I'm probably going to run out of the gold. So I'm a little bit worried that I might only get through. So I'm doing them concurrently. So this sock, I've now done the heel flap and gusset. And so I'm now going to move on to the second sock, do the heel flap and gusset. We'll catch up. Do the heel flap and gusset. I might not have enough yarn to do both toes. So I'll have to see what happens.
So what will you do then? Just choose one of the other colors?
Well, no, because it's self-striping. What I'll probably, great question. What I'll probably do is maybe start the decreases in the stripe and then maybe just have the tips of the toes in the gold, if I have any left.
And you don't have any more of that.
I like the pattern. I have to say, I like the pattern. Yeah.
Super squishy. And the funny thing is when your sock stretches out, sometimes,
pattern disappears.
when your sock stretches out, your pattern disappears, but not with these ones. When I put them on my leg, you still see this
The
crumpled
Yeah.
stitch pattern. So that's kind of nice. I really enjoy that. And it's squishy. Very, very squishy. And I just want to highlight my little markers or stitch markers and progress keepers that I've got on these socks. They're so cute. Okay, so the Christmas balls, if you can see them, the Christmas ball progress keepers were given to me by Victoria, who was my wool swap partner from Sweden.
Those are adorable.
So cute. And then I've got this really sparkly snowflake, which is from Whimsy Sassy, I think Whimsy Sassy,
They're so
oh my
cute.
goodness, I'll put the name downstairs, not downstairs.
They're very cute.
I'm going to put the name on the screen for you. I think it's just Whimsy Sassy something for you. I think it's just Whimsy Sassy something, which I order all the time, but I'm having a complete and utter brain burp, so I apologize. But very, very cute Christmassy snowflake, which goes perfectly with my socks.
Right.
So that is my work in progress number 1. The work in progress, which is my forever work in progress, which I'm hoping is not going to be my work in progress much longer, is my Stephen West twists and turns. So as you can see, I've come a long way, baby, but let me show you this. This is the latest piece. I have done the bottom piece here. I have decided, and I knit quite a bit more than what was called for in the pattern. I don't know if you can see this. I can't see this. I have knit quite a bit more, pull it that way a little bit, more than what was called for in the pattern. And what I am going to do now is just do an I-cord bind off all the way along the bottom in the contrast color, the darker color, all the way along the bottom. And then these, where are they? These lovely little loops are going to hold some tassels. And so that is what my plan is, and that is going to be the end of this shawl. Because honestly, I can't fit it in my suitcase. I have to wear it home. So I've got to come to a conclusion with this thing. I absolutely love it. I love the colors. I love all the...
That was a good choice.
The choices and the successes and the mistakes, they all worked out for me on this pattern. And when I get home, I am going to do a video of section by section, my thoughts on each section and how I approached each section. So if anybody does decide to do the twist and turns shawl, they'll have a better idea of what I did and how it worked for, somewhat of a novice knitter, because there's so many ways to make mistakes on this puppy that I honestly think it's worth a good discussion.
So what a beautiful knit. Though.
It is a beautiful knit. I will say in this humid weather, it smells really woolly. This is all hedgehog.
Everything's damp here.
Everything's damp here.
Yeah, that's true.
It smells really
And
woolly.
I forgot, I brought mine as well too.
Did you bring this with you?
Yeah, I did bring it.
Have you knit anything on?
Not since I've
Not
been
a
here.
stitch.
Not since I've been here.
So she brought it all the way across
I brought
the world.
it
not to knit
all
on
the way
it.
across here, thinking that, I was going to have plenty of time to knit. And surprisingly, we haven't knit that much. We've knit a little bit, not that much.
Mostly socks. Just our we have been flying. Like, honestly, we have been, it's just been, this is why we're so late in podcasting. We didn't do a pre-Christmas podcast because we've just been all over the place, which has been so much fun.
Oh, yeah, it's been
And
fabulous.
It's been
we've
fun.
been shopping too. We've been shopping. Yeah.
There's no we. Fashionista. Anyway, my Twists and Turns currently is being housed in my beautiful Christmas themed project bag by Sunny Designs, which is Ingrid from Holland. And so thank you so much.
Yeah,
I
that's
absolutely
pretty.
love this.
Pretty.
It's
That's
absolutely
pretty.
festive. I hope you can see.
Oh yeah,
Beautiful.
Christmas
Oh, the beautiful-
balls, Christmas items on it.
I
Yes,
absolutely
lovely.
love it. I love it. I love it.
Beautiful.
Okay, so that was it for works in progress. So what's next on our needles? What is next for you?
Christmas Eve.
New Year's Eve cast on.
So I have cast-on-itis. I'm sure a lot of us have that, and I really wanted to cast on all of this stuff well before, but Linda told me that there is a process.
There's a process.
And I was gonna didn't know there was a process, so I was gonna cast this on already, so now I'm holding off. But I am gonna cast on this one, After the Beach, by
I can't read that.
Atelier Emily. Is that what it is?
Atelier Emily.
So
Atelier
that's
Emily.
back there.
Yeah, French.
So I saw this in the yarn shop in Victoria, which is called the Beehive.
The Beehive, yes.
The Beehive. And I'm going to do it with something I don't usually knit with. This yarn, which I brought all of them here because I thought, oh yeah, I'm going to have this done. I'll knit it all. It has a little...
there you can see the sparkle.
Sparkles, a little stellina in there. Yeah, and I don't know what color this is. It's
pinks and grays,
so it's actually probably made here in Spain.
Oh my God, it is made in Spain.
It's made
in Spain, and
It's
she bought it at the
made in
Beehive. Oh my God.
It's come full circle. You're welcome home. You're coming.
Sorry, I'm going to digress really quickly. We went into a store today in Old Town Marbella, and we fell in love with everything in the shop, and it was all made in Canada.
Yeah,
Yes.
right?
All the clothes were made in Canada.
We're like, you can't buy anything in
Unbelievable.
here. It's all made in Canada.
Yep, I hear you. So this just comes with color number 81, and it's tint dye lot 53856. It has purples, a little bit of turquoise. Is it turquoise teal in there?
Yeah,
Pink,
it's a little bit turquoise, grays,
cream,
greens, grays. It's
It'll be
beautiful.
interesting how this knits up. But anyway, I thought it was very pretty, so that's what I was going to knit it with. And so this is going to be my New Year's Eve cast on.
Cast on.
That's what it is. There you go.
Well,
Perfect.
wonderful.
My cast on is going to be using 2 beautiful eggs from, compliments of my mother and her technique. And this is again the woolly cauldron in the fingering weight Santa Sangria, Summer Sangria, because it's going to go with my hat, and I'm going to pair it with just some knitting with olive silk mohair, and I am going to make the tin can knits mitts. Oh my goodness.
Tin can knit mitts.
You try and say that 10 times
Tin
fast.
can knit mitts.
Anyway, Tin Can Knit has a mitten pattern, a free pattern. I'll put the name down here. And that's what I'm going to knit to go with my hat.
Sweet.
Awesome. And so that's going to be my New Year's Eve cast on. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah,
I didn't want to make another pair of socks. I've made enough socks. So this is going to be mitts.
Very nice.
That'll be nice.
So there you
Are they
go.
going to be like mittens, or are they going to be the fingerless gloves?
No, they're actually mittens.
They're gonna be mittens.
I'm going to actually do mittens because when I get home, it's going to be cold. So I figure I'm going to do the full mittens,
Yep.
which will be nice. And then I do need fingerless gloves. I absolutely need fingerless mitts for sure. But for this pattern, I think I'm going to do the full mitts.
That'll be pretty.
But there you go.
That. I think that's it. Yeah.
Okay, so that is it for the knitting content. So for those of you that are here just for the knitting, thank you so much for stopping by. For those of you that want to hear a little chatter, I'm going to ask my sister and my mom some questions.
Oh.
And they are going to yik yak for like 5 minutes, 5 minutes more, and then we're going to sign off for the night. Because we can already hear that the boys have finished playing pool downstairs, so they're going to start coming up. And then all podcasting rules go out the window. So, in order to avoid any confusion, let's go on to the chit-chat. Okay, so the chatter. So, how are you liking this part of the Costa del Sol? Classy, tell me what your first impressions are.
Wow. It's beautiful. Temperature's great. Absolutely. Sun. Now, all facts and fairness, when we arrived, they had unusual wet weather. So we've been here for 3 weeks now. And so we started off in Portugal for about 4 days, my husband and I, and then we migrated here for the pre-Christmas, Christmas, and post-Christmas. Absolutely beautiful. Food is fantastic. Oh my God.
I'll show lots of pictures at the end of the video of all of that.
I love tapas. Of course, the vino, it's just pouring, almost a free pour. It's lovely. The place where you, particularly the small town, I guess we call it, Estepona, so quaint. It's definitely worth to see if you're in the area. It's got a nice old town that has very modern shops in it. The mayor apparently has been really working hard to beautify and make it very friendly for pedestrian friendly. So there's a great boardwalk. Every town has a boardwalk. Some are better than others. And if you're into exercise, and every other day I would do a 3-mile speed walk on either Estepona or Marbella
or
Fuengirola. We worked at the CrossFit gym in Fuengirola. My husband and I kind of lift weights. And it's been fantastic. It's been really good. Sad to leave. I mean, all good things sometimes have to come to an end, unfortunately. So that's not the fun part. Because we head out tomorrow. Mom's coming with us. We're taking Mom to our house in Virginia. So it's been good.
Mom. Good so far? Yeah. Mom, what's your first impression of the Costa del Sol? Now, in fairness, this is not Mom's first impression of the Costa del Sol, because when we were kids, Mom and Dad vacationed here and brought us with them to Malaga and Torremolinos, which is in the Costa del Sol. But this is your first time to Estepona Marbella.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
We lived here in northern Spain for a few years in Navia, Asturias. And when we had our free time, we did go to Madrid and Torremolinos and Malaga and for vacations and stuff. But it has changed a lot, obviously. But I love the Mediterranean. It's beautiful and it's warm and sunny and it's gorgeous.
Your first 9 days were crap.
The
first 9 days were crap.
Well, we had a lot of rain in the beginning.
Wet.
Although we did, in all facts and fairness, had some very, very lovely afternoons. And so,
that's true.
We really thoroughly enjoyed it, and I loved the shopping. I really enjoyed Estepona as a town. I love the old town and all the shopping that is available there. It's just great. I just love it.
Mom's a fashionista.
Yep.
She is.
I love it.
Some of her bling wiped off a little bit on me, I have to say. Because I did buy there you go. Mom's bling rubbing off on us. There you go, the bling. But I did end up buying a leather purse with some blingy leather, like really nice shiny leather on it. Yes, right. So there you go.
And she's going to look for one for me.
Yeah.
In silver.
Silver.
Or it could be black, but silver for sure. Yeah.
But it is very different from home.
It is, definitely.
But lovely.
For sure. But it's very, very lovely.
Yeah.
And I can see why you and your husband bought a place here.
Yeah. Well, we're still trying, people. You all know we're still trying. We're waiting. But what I will say is Christmas would not be Christmas without these two ladies.
The family.
So very happy that we all could spend this time together.
Yeah.
And tonight is our last night together, so it's a little bit bittersweet. Yeah. And it's been absolutely awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
One of a kind Christmas for sure. And so many highlights, which I'll share in future videos in terms of Christmas dinner. My sister was the photographer on this trip, so every photo that I post is my sister's, contribution. So thank you for that, because honestly, I don't know why I didn't take pictures.
I'll be the recipient of it as well.
You were getting, you will have all the photos, Mom. Don't worry.
That'd be great.
Don't worry.
See, I have a short-term memory issue, so I take photographs and I remember that.
Remember this, remember that.
And people are get annoyed with me because they say, let's take a picture of that food because, this is not food we get back home. It's kind of I think it's interesting.
It is.
And I always post on
I love
Facebook,
food.
so.
If you're not a foodie, don't look at the pictures. But if you're a foodie, look at the pictures. They're awesome. And you definitely have to come and visit because the Costa del Sol is absolutely lovely.
Yeah.
But on that note, they're returning home starting tomorrow. They're on their way back. Patrick and I are here for another 3 weeks. Well, actually, Patrick's here until the end of January. I come home January 15th. But I'll try and do another podcast between now and then if it works out. But on that note, Thank you so much. I'm glad.
you.
I'm so glad
Thanks so
we had
much.
this time
Together.
just to share a laugh and sing a song.
Yeah.
I think
I know
that's
all the
Cara
words.
Burnett's words. Anyway,
And
we're
she does
dating
ears.
ourselves. For those of you who don't know who Cara Burnett is,
Well, of course.
but
Everybody
You gotta-
knows
you have
who
to-
Cara
Oh, yeah, we
Burnett
have
is.
to-
You have to pull your ear.
we'll see you
'cause that's
soon.
what she-
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Until next. What did she used to say?
Until next. No, until I don't
See you
know.
soon.
Yeah.
Or till we meet
Somebody
again.
will probably know that.
Till we
'cause I
meet
can't
again.
next
What did
time.
she used to say? I don't know.
Yeah, something like that.
My husband's giving us strange looks in the
You
corner
never
over there.
told me you were dating each other.
Yeah, we're not. Oh, shush.
True,
Shush. Anyway, yeah, there you go. But okay, on that note, I wanted to say thank you so much for joining us and sticking around. So hoping
fun.
you had a great Christmas, and we sincerely wish you all the best for a happy new year
Happy, healthy.
and a fabulous
For sure.
2023. Can you
Yeah.
believe it?
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness.
Absolutely.
So big hug to everyone.
Thanks for being with us.
Thank you. Happy New Year from our family to yours. Take care.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.